Onewheel Wednesday, everybody. My name is Scot Mendenhall. We have a doozy of a one for you today. This is, however, if you didn't catch on already, it's been previously recorded. You would know that if you are a fan of our podcast. It's not a live, it's just premiere, which means there's a live chat going so we can all have a conversation still, but we are not live. So if you're trying to interact to us and why are we ignoring your comments and stuff, it's because this is pre-recorded. Lily, what does pre-recorded mean?
First of all, what's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Pre-recorded means that we came here and recorded it at a different time than you're watching.
Previously recorded.
So
yes.
I don't look like this.
She doesn't look
while
like that
we're
today.
Watching.
Well, my beloved wife is over there with sunglasses on her head.
Hey.
She is rolling.
Holly,
How are you doing, Holly?
I'm doing fantastic. Happy Wednesday.
Putting on her sunglasses.
But previously Wednesday.
Oh, Lily wants her glasses on. Everybody wants to be me.
That's
Everybody,
right.
No,
everybody
we don't
doesn't
want
like
Holly
me.
and I are sisters now. Wait, hold on a second.
What?
What?
Oh, you're
you're
gonna
do your hair
Are
like
you
Katniss
ready to
Everdeen.
be mind blown? What do we got?
Blow
going
our
on
minds.
over there,
Okay,
Holly?
well, she's mind blowing us. She's gonna braid her hair. We're gonna see if these two can pull off sisters. Your opinion, you'll write in the chat. If you're brand new around here, we're gonna cover a lot of things today. We're gonna cover the hot topic right now of the Onewheel GT footpad voluntary recall.
Ooh, it's a hot
Dramatic pause there.
a
We
hot
want
one.
to hear your thoughts. We're going to give you our thoughts. We're going to read it. If this is brand new to you, you didn't know there was not a mandatory. It is a voluntary, meaning not for you. They voluntarily are putting up. We're going to get to that. We got some really cool things we want to make you aware of by Float Life they've sent to us, so you're aware of those things. And then the podcast from Onewheel, we're going to talk about that, which they did such a great job. That was Jack and Kyle, and so we're going to talk about it. Well, let's first go back to the ladies here. Let's give it how they wear it. Who's wearing it? Not the best, but do they look like sisters? Here's Holly. This is her shot. Nope, that would be Lily. Way to confuse them. But it's all
whoa.
That's
Can
crazy.
you tell the difference?
Do we look like?
Now go to Lily.
Go back.
It's confusing. I mean, I would tell the difference, but it is.
Dun.
It's like kind of freaky.
You gotta
a little
go back
bit.
and forth between
I think
the two
what we
of
need
us.
to do is if they can stealthily figure this out to get in one camera,
Okay.
and then we will put them face to face, and then it'll blow your mind what's happening. You're not being stealth. If they see you even in my camera shot, Holly, you're ducking. They see you.
So stealth.
Okay,
So
I
stealth.
just gotta be honest with you. If you don't
show you,
watch
that's
the
good.
podcast, you're missing a whole lot. If you just listen to it, you miss a lot of things. But here it is, the ladies together in one shot. Oh my gosh, it's like this is ridiculous.
We look
Okay,
a little alike.
A little?
It's not enough for me, though. I want to look
siblings
more like
for
her.
sure. You could pass the
what?
siblings.
I need to be shorter.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you,
Love
ladies.
it.
Thank you. I have no idea how that actually sounded because Holly was not in the microphone.
That's okay. I'm in my mic now.
She's okay. Previously recorded, meaning this is recorded if you want the date so you understand if anything happened in the One World since
Probably
we filmed
has.
this.
You guys are so good at keeping track of what's
It
going on.
is Sunday at 6:02 p.m., okay? I am wearing a Dalvin Cook t-shirt if you're liking who that is. That's Dalvin Cook, the running back
Love
of the
it.
Minnesota
That's
Vikings.
my
And if
favorite
you're
chef hat.
questioning that, that's Vikings.
The Viking helmet is spinning inside the Vega tire, the worst tire known to man right there. That is Adrian Peterson in there. We have
AP.
right here, we have
Adam
Adam Thielen
I got
right
a
there.
feeling.
And then we've got right here Cook.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin
Right
Cook
in the
right there.
chat
Chef.
right now, if you have the Vega treaded tire for your one wheel and you like it, and if you disagree that it's the worst ever, because I would like to know.
Yeah,
that
there's
is
some-
a strong opinion. It's the worst.
I know,
It's
but
a
here's
strong
right here.
opinion.
Don't get me started. You get me started right now. But I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that about opinions. I'm going to save it. All right.
Save it.
Should we get to that or should we get to
No, you
the
can
recall?
have a strong opinion.
No, should we get to the recall?
I
or
think
should we
a lot of. I was gonna say I think a lot of our show is opinion based
Yeah, well,
today.
I'm not strong enough apparently. I'm about to go up. No.
No.
I'm
What's
just
that
I
mean?
don't think
I'm
you're
about to go
strongly
off.
opinionated.
I mean,
you're
like,
not.
what for?
Well, just hang on.
Oh,
Buckle your safety belt. It's about to
Here
go.
we go.
Okay, no. Okay, so let's talk about the recall. We're going to read it for you, in case you didn't get the email or you're like, what is this? Or you're thinking about getting a GT and you heard all these issues. Actually, I do want to go on a little bit here. As soon as we ended the podcast like last week.
this is where I thought you were gonna go.
No, this is sad. We just had gotten the trickle-in news feed. Some of you had informed us that there are some people really talking some crap about Onewheel, and Race for the Rail is this big race they put on. It's this weekend. It's going to be so much fun to watch. It streams live. The women's race is on Saturday, and the men's race is on Sunday. We will go again through who we're picking for the weekend and see if it's changed at all. But that race is Onewheel's way of like bringing together the community. They hold these events with other people and companies across the United States of America. And then they invite you out to race at some really cool destination like in Tahoe, which is so cool. There are some things in it that that some people have like red flags on it, is that those athletes are not paid to do it, or they're not putting up them in hotels and things of that nature.
I heard it be called pay to play.
Pay to play is a term. We're being like,
You have to pay to play.
yeah, you have to pay to play in the race. Now, here's I come from a different athletic background, okay? So I really am a really open-minded guy on so many topics. That's why maybe my opinion is a little bit what seems like he doesn't have a strong opinion. I just know that people put a lot of sweat, tears, and time into a lot of things that are just like, okay, in my thought, I'd like to see this better or that better kind of deal, but I'm not bothered either. It's like, hey, you created it. I get to ride it, or I'm purchasing it. I'm a consumer of it. I'm okay with that. I don't know how many people share that. That's like why I don't get too wound up about the rights to repair, because I can see it on both sides. I want to be able to repair mine, but I can see on the other side why they wouldn't want that, just for bad publicity. But also when it comes to racing season, if you have people jacking around inside the board, and one day they open up, you can use your board, well, then everybody's modified their stuff. It's just... I can see the slippery slope. I know immediately some of you are like, I don't agree with that. I get it, man. I got some good people here in the area here that can work on Onewheels, and they own their own shops, and I want them to be able to be successful as well. That's a whole other topic. So we get this pay-to-play situation. I have raced Ironman, and this is, well, I should say, I do triathlon races, and I do a brand of those triathlons called the Ironman. They do a very good job at this endurance race, okay? If we can do, ladies, if we can do a little bit of switching while we're doing this, you can go tight shot, wide shot, all those things, okay? That'd be great. Our little daughters are cranking on stuff over here, so they're sitting on buckets. For some odd reason, my daughter is sitting on a Lowe's bucket. Can we let's just give a shout out really quick. Here they are sitting back there. We got Icon in the tank top.
Hey.
And then we got Historic in the headphones.
Good job, ladies.
They're giving a little bit
Thanks
away.
for.
I don't know if they know that.
Well, they don't know Icon is on the bucket.
Okay, so there you go. That's the ladies running the back station. Thank you,
Thanks,
ladies.
girls.
We applaud you. Thank you for being great. Okay, they're like octopuses back there. They got mini arms going, touching buttons and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so back to the Ironman races. I paid to race those. A considerable amount of money to do it. Like, lots of money. But I paid to enter the race. And then I had to pay to stay and get my own food. And then, because it hurt so bad, I had to recover there for a couple of days because some of those races were really long and just bad things happened and kind of stuff. I had to buy my own gear, unless I got sponsored, which I was very fortunate to have a season of that career where I was a sponsored triathlete, so it became very much easier to do those events. But early on, I was not getting paid to do these events. That said, to all of those that are on this, like, Onewheel should, like, put these people up. They're making money. No, they are a company. They should be able to make money, okay? That's one. Two, they're not that huge of a company. And so I just sit on the side of going, man, they're doing the best they can do for us to make it entertaining and work with what they got. They do this voluntary recall on footpads. Well done. I know that's super humbling. I know that's not what you want to do as a creator. Kyle's probably not thrilled that they had to do that. And how are we going to do this recall? Where's that money going to come from that we're going to have to produce all these things? I know so many of you are like, well, they shouldn't have put it out. I get it. But, man, my gosh. I've made mistakes. I've put things out there that I'm like, ooh, that wasn't ready for mass production. Oh, that was. I'm not.
Unless you try.
I'm not saying that they couldn't have done better. I get that they could, and I'm not like so many people when I get on this. They're like, oh, you just like get paid by one. I don't. I really genuinely have compassion for people in general that are trying to do stuff. They're going after their dreams and making it work and stuff. I like that stuff, but I can put myself in their shoes and go, I get it. Now, I've also bought products that didn't work. They failed me. They let me down. But I didn't get in some, like, hot, floozy mess. Is that right? Did I use that right? Floozy mess? No?
Sure.
Anything?
I mean, I've never
Sounded
even
good
heard
to
that
me.
before, but
I've
yeah.
never got so amped up that I just go to the social media and just bash the product or bash the people that created it. It's like, okay, look I understand they might have a run of bad ones. Or how about food that you get and they make a recall? Like, I get it, but it's just life. Stuff happens. And so
They just had a recall on peanut butter.
peanut butter, they
What?
always have recalls on peanut butter.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, peanut butter, I don't know
But
why
it's
that is.
voluntary. You don't have to do it.
You don't eat it.
What's
Lily's-
wrong with the
deal.
peanuts?
Lily the other day said she's got, like, the intestines of a wild animal.
Do
She can
I?
eat anything.
I have an iron stomach.
I
Because
wasn't
dogs,
sure
like
where you were
wild
going
dogs, they
with
eat
this.
anything and they don't get sick. She's eats whatever it's expired. Give it to me.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
it doesn't really
trained myself to.
Raw eggs, drink that mess.
Yeah.
chug a lug.
How do you think she's got the muscle she does? You can't see him right now because she
I don't
is
drink
Okay.
raw eggs, guys.
what? Hale?
Well, are you asking a question in there, or
Not
are you...
yet. I was just kind of go on one. Everybody seems to be on one, and I thought I'd get on one today.
He's
I don't know
on
what you
one.
guys are thinking in the chat today, but I would hope that you're sharing your opinions. You don't need to agree with me. That's the beauty. I don't think everybody needs to agree with me. I'm okay
Well-
with it. I can get along with people that don't agree with me.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So,
No.
I know a lot of this. Is it because it's so easy to make a statement because of social media that we see some of this complaints or unhappiness with some of the things that come up, and I'll keep it to like Onewheel, but is it because we can access that and just say whatever we're thinking?
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, keyboard. That's a good way, Lil, to say
Yeah.
it. I think so. I think you now have a way to get your voice heard where it used to be you called customer service and told them what you felt. I think growing up with my mom, who worked for a pretty large company, and she was the customer relationships manager. What a title. And she'd come home and share some of these nightmare phone calls that she would have with people that would just talk to her like she was not a human being. And I think that's what breaks my heart in a lot of this stuff is people forget that behind a product is a human. And there are people that are on the marketing team that don't handle the recall side of things. And all these different pieces that we just want to get really excited about, and we just forget it's human beings on the other side of that, and we got to do something to protect some of those people. And this isn't just Onewheel in general. This is anything. So
Yeah, and I think people make the argument of like, but I'm spending my money on this product, and I want like if I'm spending my good money like $2,600, like I get that. Like,
Yeah, but
you don't have to spend your money on this,
right,
Like,
and I
you
think when
don't
you're
have
saying
to
that,
do
Lily, I think I treat it more of an investment in especially a young company like Onewheel, who it started in 2014. That company is young, so I understand. I'm investing into them so that because they're creating something I enjoy. So I feel like, and this is a weird way to put it, no one's asked me to do it like this, but I feel like as long as I continue to support them and in on it really little early on with them, I'm helping their product grow and get better. I'm helping their company become better.
Yeah, that's a good
I'm not
point.
in it for me, really. It's like, man, when I hear Kyle's podcast and how he dreamt this off, I'm like, yes, please, this is so cool information. How do I help Kyle? Even though I've never shook his hand, how do I help him accomplish his dreams? We, the three of us, are always on mission, and this is the mission we are constantly on around here. We always talk about partnering with people to unlock their greatness, their God-given greatness, we say in some context, right? So we're trying to partner with people, do life with people through a podcast, through reviews. We're trying to do life with people in a community sense to be able to unlock their God-given greatness. And some people are like, I don't want that unlocked. That's fine. We're
Missing
not
out.
offended by that. But we that's what we're trying to do. And even in the companies and brands that we are behind, like we think about the brands we're behind. We think about, we just do. It's very small things that they're calculated decisions in what we do. Lily likes brands for CrossFit, but she does some research on them. Holly likes some of the things she does for raising the kids, if that was diapers, if that was cooking supplies, whatever it is, she just is doing a little bit of research. Where's that coming from? Why? Because she wants to invest in things that she can stand behind and are excited about. And so that's a long setup to, let's get to the Onewheel voluntary recall of the foot pads on the GT. So I hope you're still with us. Here we go. We're going to put it on the screen. You can read it with us. For you that didn't get it, or you're on should I get the GT? Hopefully there's something here we go. Dear Onewheel GT owners, We're announcing a voluntary recall for front foot pads of the Onewheel GT in a cooperation with the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, following reports that the GT was continuing to operate after riders had dismount. With approximately 20,000 affected units sold, we received 813 of boards operation after dismount, including 11 injuries such as bruises, friction burns, and a twisted ankle. I just like to pause there. There's a whole lot said.
I love how specific the ending is.
Yeah, but there's a whole lot of details there. If we can come back to us in here as we talk on that first paragraph. It's cool that they're working with the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission.
What even is that, guys? What is that?
I think...
Oh, I'm sure it's you got to be able to pass these things in order to put out a new product, whether it be an electric device or
maybe we should look that up so we have
consume.
actual credibility, because I think you're right. That's how I'd say it, Holly. I actually don't know either. But they're working with somebody, and they are voluntarily doing this, meaning these people have not said you got to do this. They are doing it. Now, I watched a video on this from someone, and they just immediately, like, it's that negative, oh, they're rounding up. What if it was 19,999 units out there? Doesn't, like, rounding up, like, what if they rounded down? We have nothing. Like,
guys, this is so interesting.
Hold on, Lil. We always talk about assuming the best around here, and we function inside that assuming the best, even in people we don't know. Man, if they want to lie to us, fine, but I'm not going to assume they're lying to me. I'm assuming that they are really close to that number, so there you go. I'm cool with it. I have, great, I got no qualms with it. I don't think they're rounding up to make them look better. Then I just think that they're just, you either round up or round down. What if they did round down? And then they talked about we've received 813 reports of boards operation off of dismount, which is ghosting. 813. I get it. All of you want zero there.
They wanted zero there.
They wanted zero there. And somebody's going, well, did you have a board? Here's the deal. You'll never know.
That's less than 10%.
You'll never know if I had a board that ghosted or not, because I didn't make it a big deal, and I wouldn't make it a big deal. I would just be like, hey, okay. Now, what if somebody got really injured? Yeah, there's always a risk on that. My one wheel, I could jump off my one wheel at any point in a crowd and somebody could be hurt. And it's not ghosting. It would just be me freaking out and jumping off the board. Okay, Lily, you learned something there. I'm taking it.
Yeah, well, I'm learning about a recall on the electric unicycles. So there's that. That was like the first thing I saw. But okay.
On their website, so that means it wasn't voluntary.
First thing I saw, they have recalls, safety education, business and manufacturing, new releases, research and reports, regulatory resources. So there's recalls on Polaris Rangers. There's recalls on this cordless hedge trimmer.
Okay, but who are they though? They are
the people.
They're the ones that force recalls. Think about that.
Yeah.
My Jeep has had like 3 recalls on it.
So is
my car.
I mean, that happens all the time.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I want everything to be safe. I want my car to be safe. I want people in my car to be safe. But I am not upset at those people when they figure out, there's a problem in this vehicle or device we made with 1,000 different moving parts. We noticed it. We're catching it before it's too dangerous. Now, I think what also has happened online is that some stories have been dramatized. Is that right? Dramatized?
Yeah, you got it.
Dramatized? Okay, they've been stretched a little bit. I know somebody's going, well, hold on, how can you say that about them, but you're going to try? I'm not calling anyone a liar that are telling those stories either, but I see the footage, and then I hear their commentary, and it's like, hold on, yes, it took off, but yours landed in a bush. Yes, I understand if that was a schoolyard of people, bad, but I know, I'm irritating some people today. Okay, here we go, let's go on. Let's go on and read from
the rest of the...
Yeah. The front footpad in the Onewheel GT can fail to disengage after the rider has dismounted while the board is in motion, and your one wheel can unexpectedly continue to operate, posing an injury hazard to bystanders. Below are instructions to help you determine if your one wheel is affected by this recall. Please stop using your Onewheel GT until the footpad has been replaced, if eligible. In order to ensure all of the Onewheel GT owners can ride with confidence, we have made design changes to the front footpad, pressure-sensitive sensors to address this issue. Every new GT currently being built ships with these updated foot pads installed. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience or concerns this has caused. Building hardware for a futuristic board sports has its challenges. We want to let you know that we care deeply about delivering an amazing product to you. That our small team is working incredibly hard to ensure that you can ride your Onewheel GT with confidence.
Futuristic board sport.
Yeah, I like when they say that. Okay,
like
that is what was emailed to me the other day. I followed through it. I hit the link. I think today's Sunday. I did it on Thursday. The day it came out. I live in Minnesota. I think by tomorrow they're supposed to be delivered here. They're moving quick. They're not messing around. It's already been a notification's been sent to me, so they're on to it. They're after it. They're not messing around. It's unfortunate. I think it's great that they apologize. I think, early on in the journey, they did a video, a podcast style with Kyle, and he's like, it's not hardware and this. I think early on they were still trying to figure it out, and the information they had at the time was it's not this, it's that, and then they still going on, and they're just giving you real-time information. I think that's some of the issues is we don't like real-time information. We just want the yes and no. We don't want where are you at now. A lot of us don't think like that in the process. We think in that if I'm single, I want to be married right now. If my marriage is struggling, I don't want to divorce right now. We don't think the long-term process of things, and that is somewhat catches us off guard. Last week we showed you Brendan or Floaty McFly's post on Instagram, and he's just spilling out some love for the Onewheel team that works incredibly hard. So go to the link. I think it is, I can't remember. The link is on
the
Onewheel's
website. Isn't
website?
it?
Yeah, I think, here you go. Recall.onewheel.com. That's where you're headed. Recall.onewheel.com. You can go there and they'll walk you through it. You just punch in the serial number. It's really easy to find on your rail. And if it is affected, you can get a new one. In the podcast that dropped today on this fine Sunday, remember this is pre-recorded, Kyle said any board that was shipped out before June is got the foot pad that needs to be corrected, but I'm sure that's again, before June. It could be a couple weeks into June. He's just kind of giving you approximate timetable, I think. I think he's just sitting there. I've done that. I sit in these moments. I do a lot of content creation for places, and as I sit here with the camera on me, I will approximate a lot of things because that's what in my mind, I'm like, well, I know it's around the 1st of June, but I could be off about give or take a couple days. So again, too much grace, maybe. I don't know. Ladies, any thoughts on that?
I just can't wait to be in this chat. I'm excited.
I just think
engage
that,
with you all.
I know I can maybe only say this for myself, but anytime I've interacted with the Onewheel crew on stuff I've ordered, their customer service is always top notch. So it doesn't surprise me that I love their statement because I think they were pretty frank about it. Hey, the reality is it's a small number that needed to be fixed, but they're doing it for the good of the whole community, And so I just think that they just have they created this so it would be an awesome community and super fun, not to make anybody mad and not to, tick people off. But now they're trying to extend this whole, they called it the sport. They're trying to make this bigger and better. And so that's going to take some developmental things to get it right.
And I am reminded of a podcast at some point in the winter where somebody really got on one. Oh, yeah, cool. You're saying that, but what if one of these things took off and hit one of your kids and killed one of your kids? How would you feel then? I'm not trying to minimize those that have been affected by this.
But I certainly wouldn't say Onewheel put this product out and they're responsible for the injury or killing of my child. You know what I mean? Like that.
I understood when I purchased this. They say it on the box. They say it on the app that, hey, this is dangerous. Serious injury could happen or even death. So you kind of assume that risk. Now, anyone that's been really hurt, again, at the 813 in their report, it didn't sound like we had anything too catastrophic. Maybe you didn't turn your claim in or something. But we're not hearing what so many people have said of broken this and that, though there have been people that have fallen off their Onewheel, because of pushback, right? And it just they ignored pushback in their face plants, and they have some severe issues. This sport is dangerous. That's some reasons why I like it, because it's dangerous.
Danger is my middle name.
It's not mine. It's Lily's.
Lillian Danger.
Do you have two? Marie Wiener?
Lillian, wait for it. Marie, wait for it. Danger Wiener.
Danger Wiener. Oh my gosh.
Wait for it's actually in there too.
And there you go. Way to
Wait for-
transition us out of that. Okay. All right. So Float Life. Let's switch to a third-party software that has been very close to helping Onewheel do what they're doing and creating some amazing
We
content.
love those Float Life
Love
guys.
you,
Yeah.
Float Life.
You
We
guys
love you.
rock.
We love the content they put out on YouTube. We love the products they drop, the clothing line. I mean, other clothes are all their hat they just released. They're so good. I don't know who creates all that stuff, but man, if it's
The
Jeff
creativity.
and somebody else and Jeff and wife, well done. You guys are
The
amazing.
ability that they're pushing the sport,
Yeah,
like
for
to new
sure.
levels.
Can we just give a shout out to Jeff and wife Raquel?
Raquel.
Little baby you guys made.
Yeah, so long ago.
So cute. I'm seeing posts of this baby now though.
Yeah,
They're posting
I don't think
later grams and
Yeah,
stuff.
I think the baby
So
is
cute.
not such a freshie anymore, but I could be wrong on that, based on my
I saw
understanding.
some cute pictures the other day. Super
All
cute.
freshies are really cute.
Yeah, freshies.
Freshies.
We've
Okay,
been
okay.
using that word a lot around here lately.
For baby, because
Just
so many
for babies.
freshy
You
babies
We got
around
some
here.
freshy babies.
Joey's,
around
That's all I
here.
use it
Joey's got
for.
a fresh
Not
baby.
in our home.
Yeah, not in our home.
I
Joey's
know.
got a freshie. Okay, so Float Life, I didn't know a package was coming, and it arrived.
I totally forgot about that.
It arrived.
I was
and it
just
had some
liking
really
them
cool
because I
stuff.
like
And
them.
one, I don't know if you can buy these on their websites, but they sent us are you stoked to go ride?
I got one in my car. Thanks, guys.
And they smell so good.
Smells so good.
Oh, I'm not going to open it because I don't want to ruin these. So when the scent is gone, I can replace it. Our entire crew thinks that it smells like pineapple.
Yeah, it's definitely fruity. I can't
very
quite,
fresh, though.
Yeah, I can't quite
Pin it.
pin it.
But these are, what do you call these things that hang in?
Air
Air
fresheners.
fresheners is so simple but complicated. Air fresheners.
It's not in the tree. It's
Yeah, it's round. Their logo.
It's-
Why would it be a
yeah.
tree?
because that's what the old air fresheners used to be, like in the
Yeah,
shape of a
this
tree.
is-
It would be
awesome.
fun, Foot Life, to make an old school black ice dupe but use a Foot Life logo because that's what the tree was, the black ice, one of the scents,
Oh.
and just use that same font with
How
that
did you
white.
know all that information? You can't.
What?
You didn't know what a
She'll-
dirty dozen or
she'll- a dirty-
a baker's
She'll
dozen is,
surprise you sometimes.
and she knows this stuff. I just cannot.
Because
That's shocking.
every one of my guy friends in high school had black ice in their car.
Okay.
yeah,
memorable.
it was kind of cologne-ish.
It was
smell.
so
I have no
cologne-ish.
idea what that
I
was.
got headaches from it.
Don't go the vanilla. They didn't. This is not vanilla. This smells.
No, it's a pleasant scent.
It's
It is.
pleasant, yeah.
It is.
So I don't
It's
know
nice.
how you guys get this. We have it and we love them. So and it's cool to just have hanging.
And
there.
that wasn't even the coolest thing in the box,
No, the
but
coolest
we
thing
love
in the
that.
box actually is right here. It's this pink little posted note.
Yeah,
that-
what does it say?
It doesn't look very pink at the moment, but it is. It's handwritten. It says, "Much love, Scott and fam." Top notch. Just get my name spelled right. That just says you kind of know me.
Oh,
Keep crushing. A little hard to read the handwriting, but keep crushing it. Spreading love and stoke, and keep videos coming. Hope to see y'all soon. TFL. Bodhi/heart. Boom.
Aw,
Okay.
can I
So
Super nice.
you want to see that? There's the note. That was the best part in there. I'm a note guy and a guy. But they sent to us these bangs and bumpers, they call them, which are like float plates into bumpers for the GT. And yes, please. I've not installed them. They will not
Well,
get
you just got
installed
'em.
this week. We've got a lot going on around here. We have some family things that we need to help with. So I just want to point out this, though. If you want float plates, you want to be able to grind the front of your one wheel down on the ground and not just burn out. These things are for you. And may I suggest the matte finish. I opened this and it just looks sick. Matte finish, not glossy, so it looks different. It is. I mean, it's nice
It's
and
gonna
stout.
look sharp on your board.
Oh, it's going to, because then I'm a matte finish to gloss finish. So then you have the black on the side, and you've got this on. It's just gonna. Yes, please.
Can I
more,
see it?
More of it. It's
You guys
so
read
good.
him like a book.
Okay, so you can go to floatlife.com, thefloatlife.com, and you can get the float plate Onewheel GT compatible deals. That is sweet. Then they have this other. If if you're not a black, just black bumper fender situation,
You really need a little bit more spice.
they send me.
These ones are cool too.
Ooh, I like that.
These are sweet.
Okay, now we're talking, guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Lilith's
sick.
a little bit more color
I
like.
like the colors.
A little bit more color. This is very glossy, as you can see. You can see the difference. Look, can I have that back? So you can see the difference in the two. In case you're unfamiliar what matte and gloss is. Matte, no shine.
It's a flat finish.
Shine.
Oh
okay?
yeah, now you can see it real good.
Okay. They're just sick. Like I cannot speak to how they ride yet or weight or any of those things, but the look of it to give your personalization to it. Yes, please. More of this. The mat stood out, and on the mat on the other one you have the float logo right there, and just it's so sick.
Nice.
box.
Good job, guys.
Their packaging, yeah,
Yeah,
well
they're-
done, guys.
I should have. Let me. So when you open it, I think they're boxing. I'm also like the boxes of things.
the
They just
boxing
do-
experience, unboxing
yeah,
experience.
just they do a great job. So it sits in there, the graffiti look kind of deal. Like it's well done. They do a great job. I think it's cool that when you get a package or a box like that, it says boxed by. I think it says on the side. I think that's pretty cool. Packed by Ryan B. Ryan B. Thanks for packing that one. You're a good man, good human right there.
They have all kinds of colors. I'm looking at them. It's the deal of the day right now.
It is on Sunday. That might change. Just
Yeah.
saying. Is it the camo swirl that's the deal of the day? That's what mine says.
Now I'm gonna go look.
Well, it
And I
looks like
click
it looks like it's all of them. Like you can just pick which color you want.
Yeah, so that is, if you're wondering what we did, that is the camo coloring. That's what the box says, at least. That's what it looks like online as well when you click it. So if you want that look but different colorizations, you can go to thefloatlife.com, go to Bang Bumper Deal of the Day.
Right at the top.
I'm going to switch to these because I like that quality of, I'm going to use the word plastic, and that could be very wrong. That statement might be like dreadful for them to hear it. It feels different. Maybe we should read this so we know what it actually is. Is hand poured in the USA. No, every Bang bumper is hand poured in the USA, so no two will be exactly the same. All swirls will be unique. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So, hey, you can't
But it
have
is.
one
Yeah,
of
the
them.
swirls are sweet.
It's polyethylene, which is the strongest, slickest plastic in
You want
existence.
that? Right. So now Bodhi knows I'm trying to do rail slides and stuff on mine. He set me up. He's like, bro, no complaining about that stock stuff that it's got a lot of friction. We're going to send you something that's real nice and cozy. So we can appreciate that, Bodhi. Thank you, the Float Life team. And Bodhi, please go check out their deal of the day. Go, if you have GTs, I'm saying you probably need to upgrade to this. You will not be disappointed. And then let's get to the podcast. It dropped today on Sunday. It's 30 minutes long. It is enjoyable. It's very consumeristic friendly. I think it's great. I think right at the beginning they started off, who would you like, if we do this repeatedly, Kyle, who would you like to have on here? I'm just saying.
Scott Mendenhall and friends.
No, I'm not even saying that.
Oh.
I'm just saying the two of you, Jack and Kyle, for the first 5 episodes, should just talk. Because it's so cool to get the behind-the-scenes information on their relationships, the history of Onewheel, how Kyle thinks, all those things to get to know the creator.
They're sharp dudes.
Yeah. So I think the first couple episodes should just be those two. And then, now I'm going to go off on this one. Kyle was asked, who would you like to have on here? His first one. I got no problem with who he chose.
You have no problem.
I got no problem with it. I just can't believe if that YouTuber's getting what.
You
I
want
feel
it
like
to
my
be you.
opinion's got to get stronger.
You want it to be you.
I wanted it to be me and
Well,
us.
you heard it
Scott
now.
Mendenhall and friends.
You wanted
But we
it
are
to
not
be
on the
him.
map, folks. What can we do to get on the map? I know. I'm just messing with you. They don't need to do that. That doesn't. But it was cool to hear who he would like to do. He's like, Kyle says, I'd like to have snowboarders on here to learn from them because this sport of ours is based out of
Evolved from
snowboarding.
that. Yeah, for sure.
He wants to
Sean
have those
White.
people on there. It's just cool to hear who he would like to sit down on a podcast and listen to. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I am just having a laugh there. I am not offended in case somebody's going to run with something. Or if Onewheel, you're watching this and you're like, oh, Scott, come on. I just absolutely having a
You're being funny.
go at it, okay? I am being funny. I hope you get.
We actually would like them to come on our podcast.
Yeah. Well said, Holly. Well said. Oh my gosh.
Yes, please, more
Would that
of
be
it.
awesome to get Kyle on our podcast?
Yes.
Yeah, I would be like,
Oh.
What are we gonna
I
ask
never
We
even
don't
thought
really
about
have
that.
any words to say.
I
'cause
can
that
email
would be,
him.
I say we make it happen.
We can ask.
I like that guy.
If
I've
this
never
gets
got
out
meet him in
to
person.
any,
Squeaky
you
wheel.
didn't.
Every time we've gone to an event, he's either was there the day before or an hour before we were.
He's elusive.
Elusive. Pretty much,
No,
Kyle
he's
and I
got
can't be in the
stuff
same
going
room at the same time because bad things would happen. The world, we might create the thing that changed world. Hunger.
Futuristic board sport.
Yeah, all of those things. Okay, so Jack and Kyle's podcast, worth the listen. After this, go to onewheel.com to check it out. Kyle does pick. He picks out who he's his go-to
Yeah, let's hear.
for.
Are you gonna say it?
I am. Who do you think he picks, Lil? He
Um,
picks both male and female. Who does he pick for the race for the rails?
I think he picks Austin.
Austin. Okay, women.
Mercedes.
Oh my god.
No, Gabby Soto.
Okay, what do you think, Hal?
who Kyle picks?
Yeah, who do you
I
think
know
Kyle
who.
says?
I listened to it. I know who
Oh
he
yes,
picks.
that's cheating.
Who
Would
did
you
he
like to
pick?
tell
Who did he
everybody?
It's gonna be really. I think his words are. It's gonna be really tough to beat the Silvas. Because
Silvas.
They're so
I love that you have to
fast.
put them together.
Yeah,
You
I
mash
love
them
that
together.
so
The
much.
Silvas.
I think that's pretty sweet.
That's
And,
my
Hey,
go-to.
they've been on our podcast.
They have.
They're
Kyle,
awesome.
if you're listening, the Silvas have been on here.
Why haven't you?
We haven't invited him.
Oh, Kyle, join us, please.
Kyle, this is your invitation. Would you
Official
please
invite.
join us on our One Wheel podcast, where we will not ask any questions that would throw you off. We'd ask you questions that would be fun.
Yeah, like this, Kyle.
Well, if you need
If you were to get a
pre-recorded,
baker's dozen of something, which kind of pastry would you get?
Yeah.
That's what I would ask.
Lily learned, honestly, 6 hours ago, a baker dozens was 13. That's mind-blowing. And yet you could rattle off whatever information you gave earlier.
of the black ice scent.
Yeah,
of the
of
tree
the black
air
ice scent, but things
freshener.
that are actually going to help you in life.
Baker's dozen helps me.
Yeah,
No.
are you kidding?
No, that doesn't.
You got a
help
better
me.
deal.
Yeah, because when you walk
Yeah, but
into
I just shouldn't be buying that
when
stuff
you walk
anyways.
into the bagel shop, they
I've
have
tried
a
to tell you
baker's
that.
dozen.
They have baker's dozen option.
Yeah, I mean, like any pastry,
And if
any,
you don't take that option, you're a fool.
Why didn't
any
you just order
bakery
13?
type item,
Because
is
you
gonna
pay
be,
for the 13. A baker dozen is the 13 ones for free.
I mean,
never
it's
knew
just
this.
like I don't know how many times I've gone into Panera and said they're bagels or whatever, and then you order the dozen and it's a baker's dozen, so you get one more. They say pick out your 13th.
That's so cute. I never knew this existed in our world.
It exists. Okay, also, let's get back to the podcast. Some funny moments on the podcast. They do talk about the GT footpad voluntary recall. I think it's great that they speak to it again, so
Yeah.
you hear it. It's definitely not a bright point for him, I'm sure. He does start talking about scooters.
What
It was
about
really funny to hear him talk about scooters. I could applaud everything he said, and he was trying to do it in a non-confrontational or putting down way, but it was pretty funny on how his views on scooters are. You need to listen
I'm
to it.
gonna listen to it.
I won't give that one away. I'm with Kyle on the Silvas. I said that last week. I'm staying with the Silvas. However, I think in the men's race, I do have a big heart, a soft spot for Bodhi. If he won this year, woo!
Oh my gosh,
That would be
was
amazing.
so loud.
Yeah, it could have made a peak in your old
Sorry,
sound
guys.
system wherever you listen. But man, if
Sorry.
Bodhi won, I'd just be freaking out.
Oh, that would be very exciting.
I think we should do some kind of if Bodhi wins, I feel like we should give away a one wheel or something. If Bodhi wins, we give away a one wheel.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Holly, the one that is in charge of all financial decisions in every area of my life, not in charge, but she manages those. She's in her
I was
heart
gonna
going,
say not in
Bodhi,
charge.
I'm not rooting for you any longer.
No,
We didn't
Bodhi,
say it was
man,
a-
more power to you.
It could be a mini one wheel kit.
More power to you, she says.
Okay. That is not a statement yet. It's a decision, but I feel like I want to do that.
Give away one wheel.
Give away one wheel. Okay. So then in the podcast, they talk about the length of the one wheel, the original one wheel, the OG one wheel, the version 2, and the XR. How do you think he came up with that length?
The length of the one wheel?
Yeah. This is so great. This is the stuff
Oh,
was
gosh.
awesome to listen to the podcast.
Half of a snowboard.
Oh my
Just a
gosh.
guess.
That would be like what?
Well, he was
That's
talking
like
about
a quarter. A
He
He
quarter.
was
Let's
talking
hear
about, and early on, he was talking about like the stance. So I don't know if he got from there to the length because he was like,
okay,
you know,
here it is. He got to the length in this one. You know what? We always talk about the pups are always in the studio today.
look at
this one,
guy.
It's from a dog.
a dog. He's sitting in the studio today. This is Wookie. He's right there at my feet. He's
so
actually
cute.
literally on my foot. If I move my foot, he's going to fall to the ground. And he's out. You can see the wet spot from his nose on the concrete.
Look, you're a good boy.
He's a good pup.
He's
Okay.
a good pup.
Okay, so the length was decided like this. For him to take the Onewheel to trade shows, or he would ride it to work, he needed it to fit in a Pelican case. And so to get it to fit in there, he filed down both ends of it to make it fit in a Pelican case diagonal.
That has nothing to do with the dog.
No, that's why we call it
confused.
the ADD show.
Yeah, that was just squirrel moment.
I was like, what does that have
Squirrel.
to do with the dog?
I know, I heard what
okay,
you're
so
saying.
it's
He
a
just
Pelican
saw.
case. I see.
So I just thought that was pretty
That's
sweet
sweet.
on how they got the length. It wasn't
like
like some
that.
engineering feat. It was
Genuinely, just
it needs to fit in this Pelican case.
Yeah.
And then you get to hear the stories with Jack talk about my life would be very different if I did not have the ability to carry the Onewheel in a Pelican case. It's pretty funny to hear. It's fun to hear the behind the scenes of the stuff.
For
That's what
sure.
I'm saying.
One of the things that I liked probably the most is when Jack was talking about like he's in relationship with a good amount of the top riders. You know, they've even been very kind to us, and like we're just these little people over here. You know, like Kyle too, but I think it was Jack was talking all about the relationships that are being built through the sport, through the product.
They're about people.
They love people. And I thought I just loved hearing him say that of how he went to dinner and has sat down with some of these writers, and he knows some of the ins and outs, how they like their coffee, or, you know, things like that. Just, they're all about people. That was probably...
Jack, I drink my coffee black.
There you go.
Just so you know.
Lily,
Add it to your list of people you know.
I don't
how they
drink
like
any
their
coffee, so a kombucha would be great. I know you like. Okay, and then when he talks about how he comes up with the Onewheel, he talked about he wanted a way to get to work that was very
minimalistic.
Thank you, Lily.
You're
Ding, ding, ding.
Minimalistic.
That was an easy way to get to work, and so he's like, okay, I need to come down to one wheel. One wheel would be much easier, and so that's how he got to all of these things. He talked about the board sport of snowboarding, but he's like, how do I keep it like that instead of riding like you would on a scooter? And that's where he kind of goes on about a scooter a little bit. Just overall good stuff to
love
listen
it.
to. So give it a go. I know we kind of gave you our behind the scenes of thoughts on it, but at the end of the day, we want to be super positive today. I don't know if we were at the beginning. We were kind of sharing some opinions, but you know what? I don't know. Did we share opinions? At the
It's all
beginning, or we
uphill
just-
from here.
It's all uphill from here. Okay, Lily, this is it. This is the last time we'll be on a podcast till Race for the Rail is over. Who is your pick this weekend?
Austin and Mercedes. With an upset from Bodhi.
Does it sound like she just said what I said?
That's what I said on Wednesday last week.
Okay.
It's close to it.
Close to it. All right, how you're going with Mercedes and Austin still?
I'm going the Silvas.
You guys are going to kill it.
If
You're gonna do so
anybody's
well.
crazy enough to push it, it's Bodhi. If anybody, well, there's several crazies,
There's a
but
lot.
Yeah,
There's a lot,
Floaty
Brendan.
can do it.
but Bodhi will give it
Kyle,
absolutely
Jeff.
everything. I think that's probably really all true about
Jeff
all
and-
the riders
yeah,
is they will get
you
out there
guys.
and give every ounce that they
It's
got.
going to be fun because we've got to interview a handful of them. It's a little bit different. Like years past, it used to be we just kind of really had good relationships with Bodhi, but here we are. We got good relationships with a few of them.
We got
And it's
thanks
like-
for all of them that have joined us.
We were going to make our way out to race to the rails, but some family things have popped up, and so we have to take care of those things. And so, sadly, it's not sadly because then it sounds like we don't want to help our families. We want to help our families, but we can't do both. And so, another race for the rails, we're going to just have to watch. I thought about streaming live. I thought that'd be pretty cool, the men's race, to stream in here. Like, we watch it live, and people get our reactions. Do you think
That
that'd
might be
cool?
fun. Let us know
Yeah.
if that's something. Because when do we start? We start Thursday or
It's
Friday?
No,
Saturday,
Saturday
Sunday.
is the women's, and men's would be.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So Sunday, we could stream the Sunday one if it's at the right time. We'll do a little bit of math, but if you're a fan for that, write it in the comment. You think that'd be really cool to watch live with us, like you have it on one screen, and I don't know if that works.
I actually like watching our kids' reaction.
Yeah. Maybe we just leave it to that. I'm not trying to take away from Onewheel, so maybe we'll just do our podcast.
Or we can put it on at a later date, and then if people want to watch our reaction, they can watch it.
We could.
You can put
We
it on a
could
later
do a
date.
previously recorded situation.
And then
Right.
And then drop. I see where you're
Exactly.
headed. Great job, Lil. It's a B. A B is in the studio.
Yes.
It's okay. Lily swatted it, and then she goes, "It's okay. It's okay." Oh, can you see it in front of the camera? Okay, so there's a bee in the studio today. I ain't sweating it. I know that Holly's sweeter than me, so I ain't too worried about it.
True story.
What?
And Lily's got flowers on her desk.
What does that even mean?
So the bee's coming after me and not him.
Yeah, bees like sweet things.
Oh.
And you have flowers.
I was like, does that have to do with the honey they make?
The honey is sweet. It's kind of Lily is definitely
drugs.
not sweeter than me. So Holly's the sweetest, then me, then Lily.
Never seen you sweet in your life.
Did anyone hear that? That low grovel of voice.
I've never seen you sweet in your life.
Oh my gosh,
That's
so
what you sounded like.
dramatic.
Grumble, grumble, complain, complain.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging with us this week. If you've made it to this point and you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I think you should do that already. Okay,
We'll be back live next week.
we will be live. We will be talking about Race to the Rails when that is completed with the champion we would love to have on our podcast.
Oh my
that
gosh.
week.
For sure. We
I'm
wish
excited.
every rider the best.
Yes. You know what we should do is go to the Silvas this week and go, hey, we'd
Can
love
we
to
have you regardless?
Yep. Get it stacked.
Okay.
Let's stack it, because it's like we're gonna get the Silvas because that's our pick, and if we get them before they win, it's like we were ahead of the game and we picked them. If they don't do so well, we'll just interview them. How you doing? What can we do for you?
Love
Kind
it.
of deal.
Okay.
Then we need to have a few other people in there just in case. Like we got to get Bodhi lined up. I think
For sure.
we need to get Jeff,
Brendan.
Brendan. We got to just get them all lined
Be
up.
cool to
Just
get like a few new ones too. We've messaged lots of people, guys, but we're working on it.
What are you? Miss Icon has a thought over here. What are you saying, Miss Icon? Oh yeah. Well, let's do. Thank you. I almost
this a
forgot
Would
the
You Ride
segment
This?
that I like. I found a clip. Would you ride that?
Oh.
Would you ride that? It's a new segment. It's not new.
You're
it's,
finding a lot of these.
Well, I just watched it. It's like, would you ride that? Here we go. This is it. Would you ride that?
Oh.
Two wheels, so
Sitting
it's
here right
safer.
now,
But would
think I
you do
ride
that?
I have done that in my
How
childhood.
is it going? Is it electric?
I.
It's got to be electric.
No, he's going downhill. No, guys, it's Red Bull. It's not fake. That
It's
is
not
really
fake.
happening.
If it's Red Bull, it's not
It's
fake.
Red Bull. It's not fake.
Holly, I do want to call you
I
out
have done
here.
that in my childhood.
I want to call you out on that. I'm saying not a chance.
Oh,
Wow.
No, he
did
landed
you
back on it.
land
I'm
it?
saying you did not do that in childhood.
I rode no-handed.
Yeah, with your butt on the seat.
Still pedaling.
Yeah, that was not even close to what you just are describing there. His hands,
Well done.
he started pedaling
Wow, that
and then
was
he climbs up
impressive.
and
And
stands on
And
it.
he
Would
stands on the
you ride
handlebars.
that?
No.
No, I would not. Would you?
Did he have a helmet on?
Yes. Would I ride that?
No, you wouldn't. You
I
would
think
not
I
do
would
that.
try.
You would try.
I think I would give it an attempt.
I think you would
I don't think
try
I might.
and do really well.
Well, but my first
I
thought
would say
is
that wasn't his first try.
my first thought to that is
Yeah.
I would try it in the grass, but I don't think you can do it in the grass because you can't keep
No,
bounce.
I think you
fall.
might as well just try it on a tightrope with a big net underneath you.
Yeah.
Wear pads. Yeah, I think I would try that, but I don't know. That
I don't know.
maybe that's the first time all three are saying no. We're not doing it. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you everybody for
Save it
watching.
to
Have a
Red Bull.
fabulous One Wheel
Bye,
Wednesday.
everybody.
Have fun
Get out there
watching
and
Race
ride.
to the Rails.
Enjoy Race to the Rails. We'll see you in the chat of the races. It's been a great one with you.
One wheel, future
Stay positive
motion.
out
You
there.
guys are awesome.
Stay positive out there. Life's too short to get all worked up about things.
So
All
true.
right, Wookie, Lily, Holly, we say goodbye,
See ya.
everyone. Adios.